What in the world is going on in the market here, right here in Snohomish County? It's Mike Novak from the Novak Real Estate Team bringing you our October market report for Snohomish County residential real estate. Every month I try to bring insights and details into what is happening at a hyper-local level right here in our backyard. So, getting a lot of questions right now about price reductions, price increases, inventory levels, all these different dynamics going on in our market. So let's jump into the data, and then at the end of the data, just like I always do, I will share with you what I think this means for you as a buyer, as a seller, and also as a homeowner. So starting with the average sale price, holy cow, guys, we are almost at $700,000 now. $697,980 is where we're at. It's an increase of 21.4% year over year. Man, it's going to be crazy when we break the $700,000 mark next month, like I predict that we will do. This is making homes hard to afford for a lot of people right now, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. If you've got a home you're selling, hopefully your home has been going up in value as well with the market, so it's less difficult to buy a home in the market where the rapid appreciation is occurring. But if you're a first-time home buyer right now, this is a tough market to get into, and we don't see these prices dropping anytime soon. New listings are up 11%, which is great. We're seeing some more houses coming on the market, but homes for sale are down 45%. So there's a lot less to look at right now than there was at the same time last year. Closed sales are up 16%, so more homes are closing than at the same period last year. Days on market. How long does it take to sell a house from when you put it on to when it goes under contract? Well, the average is 12 and the median is 5, and these are decreases of around 37% and 52%. So homes are selling really fast still, typically within the offer review period. So if a seller lists a home on, say, a Thursday and they're waiting till Tuesday to look at offers, that's about how long it's on the market. It's pretty rare, even now, that homes are going past the review date unless they just wildly overshoot the price or they just totally miss the mark, and no buyers are interested in that house. So months of inventory supply, we're still at half a month of inventory supply. Remember, a neutral balanced market, not in favor of the buyer or the seller, is considered a 6-month inventory supply of homes. So it could take years to go back to that level. And until inventory levels go up dramatically, you're not going to see the prices flatten, and you're definitely not going to see them go down. I'm getting asked daily when our home price is going to go down, and guys, until the inventory level goes way up, like 3-4 months of inventory supply, you're not going to see prices flatten or start to show any signs of dipping. That's just the reality of the market right now, and it could take years to get back to that number, if I'm being honest with you. So percent of list price, 105.6% right now. So homes are selling for 5.6% over list price on average. The variables to that are the location and the style of the house. So a Rambler in Linwood is going to get more buyers interested in it than a split level home in Granite Falls, just because of the location, the style of the house. That Linwood house might escalate 10 or 15% over list price. The Granite Falls home might not escalate at all, or it might escalate 3 to 5%. Totally depends on how aggressive they price the house. Showings per closed listing. Ooh, a new data point that we're looking at. We haven't had this one before, and our MLS has started tracking this. So what this means is, how many showings does it take to actually get a home sold? It's 23.4 showings to get a home under contract right now. Feels like a lot. We'll be tracking this over the next couple of years every single month, and we'll see where it trends. I would guess that as inventory levels go up, it's going to take more showings to get the homes under contract because people are going to have more options. That's just my opinion on it. But this is a totally new data point that our MLS has started tracking. So 23.4 showings per closed listing. If you're a seller and you've only got 10 or 12 showings, you know that you got to get more showings to get an offer on that house. So just kind of keep that in mind, and be sure to be staying in touch with your agent and ask them exactly how many showings you've had so far. So what does this mean for you as a buyer? Let's start with the buyer perspective. There is less competition than there was in March or April. In March or April, we saw as many as 30 offers on houses. It was bananas. That was a really, really tough market to buy a home in. When 30 people offer on a home, 29 people don't get it. So defeating for buyers and a lot of work for agents. What we're used to doing once we're doing 5 or 6 times right now before we get somebody under contract. That's just the reality of the market. So your mindset really does matter right now. And while I'm not seeing 30 offers on most listings now, I am still seeing 5 to 8 offers on most houses that are in good condition and that have been priced right. So you can expect to see those escalations, in that 5 to 8% range, kind of like what I went over earlier. It's still going to be a fight. So you need to have a game plan as a buyer. That's probably the most important thing. You can't afford just to have your strategy be to look online and then when you see the right home, start the process. That is a failed strategy. You're going to miss out on the home that you really wanted if that's your approach you're going to take. You need to slow down. You need to prepare yourself and plan so that when the right home comes on, you're in a position where you can be competitive as a buyer on that house. There's going to still be 5 or 6 other buyers looking at that same house. How are you going to stand out as a buyer? You need to have a game plan for that. So the last thing I'll mention for you as a buyer, the holidays are an amazing time to buy. Between Thanksgiving and Christmas, a lot of buyers hit the pause button. They just say, hey, let's focus on the family and turkey and the holidays. And that means there's some opportunity. So if you're a serious buyer, if you're committed to getting this done, the holidays represent a great time to make it happen. Between Thanksgiving and Christmas, huge opportunity if you're serious. Get out there and keep looking at houses, okay? Sellers, you have to price your home to where the comps support. Every single price reduction we're seeing right now is a price reduction because the seller massively overpriced the house. Your house is not a lottery ticket. You have to price to where the comps support. If you want to test the market, you will find yourself chasing the market, and you're going to keep doing price reductions. You're not going to get the showings you wanted, and you're going to keep reducing until you make it a deal for somebody to come back and take another look at. Not a good strategy, my friends. Staging and photography and marketing still matter. Guys, anyone can list a house still in this market. Not everyone can net you the most amount of money. Anyone can put a sign in the yard and put a lockbox on the house, but that's not a marketing strategy. So it takes experience and it takes a game plan and a marketing strategy to sell your home for the most amount of money. And all of our clients, guess what they care about most on the sell side? They care about how many dollars they walk away from. So you have to have a very specific game plan on how you're gonna get as many eyes as possible on your house online, which translates to in-person showings, which translates into more offers. So you have to have a strategy for that as you're thinking about selling your house. Make sure to have a conversation with your listing agent and really understand the marketing strategy. Putting your home in the MLS is not really a marketing strategy. That's one part of a marketing strategy, but you need to have more than that if you want to really net the most amount of money. If you have questions about how we market properties or questions on our buying process, or you just want to schedule a call with me, there's a little form down below. Reach out to me direct. My direct phone number, I'm going to put up on the screen, 360-393-0396. Send me a text as well. Mike Novak from the Novak Team.